I'm Chris from Mac Designer Hardware. Welcome to our video series on Hafele sliding door tracks. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the differences between the different Hawa sliding door tracks that we've got over here on display. So let's talk about the difference between the Hawa Junior 80B and the Hawa Junior 80Z. So the 80B is actually rated at 176 pounds or 80 kilograms, which is what the 80 is in the model name here. The Hawa Juniors actually come for 40 kilograms, 80 kilograms, 120 kilograms, and 160 kilograms. If you need something a little heavier, they also have a super line, which goes up to, I believe, 250 kilograms. Now, this is probably going to be the most common one that you're going to see in use today, because 176 pounds will get you a nice, heavy, solid wood door without any problems at all. Minimum door thickness on the 80B is 1 inch because it actually requires a mortised installation. So what does that mean? That means you actually have to cut into the top of the door to mortise in the suspension plates. In contrast, the Hawa Junior 80Z again has the same specs for the weight rating. The difference here is this one is an easier to install with a surface mounted plate. So you may not be able to see it from a far away zoom, but we'll zoom in a bit. But on the top here, you can actually see the suspension plates mounted to the top of the door with just a couple of screws and bolts that go through the top. Again, it's rated for the same weight rating, but you can see here how there's a gap between the track here because of the suspension plates, whereas on the 80B, there is pretty much, a really tiny gap here that you can't really see. So if you want to look at the operation of both of them, they are both very smooth. This actually has a soft close built in, so that's another item that can be added on as an accessory. But both of these operate the same. They use the same aluminum extrusion tracks, and they are probably some of the best here on the market. As you can see here with the Hawa Junior 80Z, you've got about 1 1/8 inch gap between the door and the track, and that's due to the surface mounted suspension plates right here. You can kind of see if we get in here and how they're screwed into the top of the door. These particular suspension bolts allow you to either take off the door from the front here. As you can kind of see, there's like a little track for it to come out, or on the side as well. So you can actually slide the suspension bolt into the plate from either side, which allows you to install this a lot easier than some other sliding door track. You can also adjust the height of the door using this bolt right here and the nut. You just get the wrench and dial it to either side. On the Hawa Junior 80B, there is pretty much no gap between the track and the door, and that's due to the mortised installation of the track hardware and the suspension plate. As you can see on the side here, there's actually a cover plate that covers up where this is mortised into the door. So it's a pretty substantial amount of mortising into the door with a router or some other type of mortising jig. That's one of the main differences between the Hawa Junior 80Z and the B is the mortised versus the surface mounted plates. Let's talk about some of the accessories that can go with the Hawa Junior tracks. This is the Hawa Telescopic 82. It's rated at 80 kilograms per leaf and for 2 doors. Minimum door thickness here is 1 1/4 inches to 1 7/8 inches maximum. And the door width can go from about 19 11/16 inches to 47 1/4 inch. You can actually get a kit for this for 2 or 3 bypassing doors. Now this is actually in the closed position right now. And you'll see this function as I'm opening the door. Both doors move simultaneously to virtually stack on top of each other in the open position. So this would be the door opening right here, and it's open when they are stacked like this. As you move this out, you can see both of the doors move simultaneously and end up closing up your door opening. The Hawa Symmetric 80Z, on the other hand, is a symmetrical accessory that you can add onto the Hawa Junior tracks as well. And when you open this one, both doors move simultaneously but in opposite directions. So this is great for pocket doors if you want them to go into the pockets and leave your opening here as well. You could also do this as a barn door style and have the doors on the sides of the walls with this your middle opening here. Now this Hawa Symmetric AZ is also rated for 80 kilograms per leaf. Minimum door thickness for this is about 1 inch or 26 millimeters. And we've got a minimum door width of 19 and 11/16 inches. So these, again, are symmetric. This would be the open position of the door, and these would be the closed position where you're closing the gap, and these doors are now outside of the pocket. So again, the difference between the symmetric is this would be the closed position, and they move simultaneously. Whereas the telescopic moves simultaneously, but they move in the same direction. Now, the telescopic requires bypassing doors where they are stacked on top of each other. The symmetric, as you can see, these doors are actually within the same plane. So they will touch each other in the middle. Thanks for watching our video on Hafele sliding door tracks. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy our videos.